What is up, guys? It's Soulrebel Let's Plays here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going on a little bit of a tirade about the Project Reality 1.35 update that has just been announced yesterday. So since I've never done a tirade video before on my channel, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about the tirade videos that I plan to make in the future and like what's going to be included in tirade videos when I do them. So a tirade video basically is going to be me talking about a subject that I want to talk about with you guys in like a casual conversation kind of setting like I am right now, face to face. And it's basically just going to be me like, you know, blabbing about like whatever I want to talk about. And it could be anything from like real life stuff like, I don't know, for example, the stuff going on in Ukraine to like how I feel about a certain game and that kind of stuff. So it's just gonna basically be me going on a tirade about some topic or subject I feel like I want to just like rant to you guys about. But today I'm gonna be talking about the Project Reality 1.35 update. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I have a forum post from one of the developers who is working on the 1.35 update, and he basically has just like listed everything new that's coming out in this update, all the things that are changing, and it's pretty sick. Honestly, I'm now like super hyped for like. I'm like sweating from the hype right now, and I'm like, oh, give me this new stuff, it's gonna be good. So let's just get into it. Just look at what he has here for the forum post. So it's posted by the dev Mineral. He's one of the supporting members and the server administrators. He's also one of the devs for Project Reality, so he knows what he's talking about. All this information is like big stuff and like confirmed by him, so it's happening. So here you go, you got the Project Reality 1.3.5 update announced. Here we are, let's just go ahead and read this. So, quote, "We are happy to finally show you more information about our next release, version 1.3.5. When we decided that 1.3 would bring a bigger focus on fixes and providing a smoother gameplay, we meant it. We have continued this trend with our recent development and have worked towards another release with a large amount of fixes, balancing, and new features that will make the Project Reality experience much better. But that's not all, of course. PRBF2's version 1.3.5 update will feature in addition to the new Kashan Desert remake, which is awesome. I think that's super cool that they're remaking Kashan, because I mean, it's an old map, and like it's just, I don't know, I feel like it could like use some like touching up, make it look better, like add some new stuff to it or whatever. So that's cool that they're remaking Kashan. But they've also introduced 3 brand new maps to the version 1.3.5 update. And apart from that, there will be many other new features and changes, some of which you have already seen in other blogs and highlights, such as the new rushing grenades, the RPG 7 series, the parachute model and mechanics, and the German TBZ Fuchs, or however you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't speak German. German's hard. I mean, as long as you like scream it and sound angry, it kind of sounds German. So Fuchs. There we go. For the full change log, you will have to wait until we get closer to release, which won't be much longer. We are currently finishing up by fixing the last issues and testing all new features thoroughly with our QA team." So basically, he just listed everything that's coming out. So you got the new Kashan Desert remake map, the 3 brand new maps, new rushing grenades, the new RPG 7 series, the new parachute model and mechanics, which is really cool, and I'm really excited for that. Actually, I think that will make like the parachutes and stuff will be so much better now, and also the new German TBZ Fuchs. So here we have some like the new stuff right here, and that kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and just click on the link to the new Kashan Desert remake in case you guys haven't seen that. It's pretty cool. They're remaking the Kashan Desert map. It's gonna look different now. Here's what the Kashan map will actually look like. This is kind of what the map's looking like. I'll just go ahead and click on that so I can show you guys what that looks like, if it will load. There we go, slowly loading in. Here it is. So as you can see right here, since it's like the only thing loaded in, we have the airport. So that's going to be like the US or Canadian spawn, or whoever it is. So that's going to be like the US or Canadian spawn, whoever it is. You got, I think that's yeah, this is probably US and Canadian spawn. That would be North Village. This is the North Bunkers here. South Bunkers is here. You'll have the MEC airfield down here, and South Village down here. So the layout, as you can tell, is pretty much the same terrain-wise. I mean, you got this ridge still here. That ridge has always been there. You got the ridge up here. The airfields are where they were at. Bunkers are pretty much the same, it looks like. The villages are in the same spot. So there's really not much change there to that kind of stuff, like the actual map layout. But they did change the look of the airfield. The airfield does look different, as you can tell here. They just changed it, made it a little more realistic to what airfields would look like in modern times with this kind of stuff. So here you can read it. I'll put a link to all these different forum posts that I bring up in this video in the description. So if you guys want to read in the more detail about it, you guys can go ahead and do that. So here's what the new airfield will look like. Here you go. Here's some screenshots of the new stuff. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on this because it's not really what we're focused on. But it does look really cool. I do like this new Kashan remake. I think it makes it look better, and I just think it looks cooler. I think it was time for Kashan to kind of be revamped and have these kind of like new buildings and more up-to-date Project Reality feel, since it was like, I mean, it says up here, it actually says it was Kashan was the first 4-kilometer map to be introduced in Project Reality. So it's an old map, and it's been a long time since it's been redone. So I think it's awesome that they're redoing it, and I'm pretty hyped to see what the new Kashan actually looks like and when we play it. But here we go too. We have the new Russian grenades. This is what they kind of look like. The RGD-5 and the RGO grenades. That's basically what they look like. I mean, pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. And there's not really much. Here's a little video about it. Not really much. I mean, it's just new grenades into the game. Pretty cool. Cool Russian grenades. The new RPG-7 that's being introduced now. Here's all the different RPGs. Oh my god, that's a lot of RPGs. Okay, yeah, so there's some like the RPGs, and they're adding different warheads to them and all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool. That's not probably the biggest thing you guys are looking forward to is the Kashan remake, the new parachute, probably maybe the German TPZ Fuchs or whatever. Maybe it's Fuchs. TPZ Fuchs. It's probably the TPZ Fuchs. So probably the Kashan Desert map, the new one, the parachute, the Fuchs, and then the 3 new maps is what you're looking for. So here's the new parachute model, in case you haven't seen this either. They're changing the look of the parachute. It was originally made for Project Reality World War II, but since those types of parachutes are still in use, we will fit it with the PR just fine. No worries, we'll benefit from it as well. So they're just introducing new parachutes. This is kind of what it will look like. See, it's pretty cool. I like the new parachute look a lot better than the other one. The other one was like, I don't know, it just seemed a little weird looking, and this looks more realistic to like what a parachute would look like and that kind of stuff. So as you can see, the soldier is now hanging on the strings of the parachute instead of the rifle. So this basically means, two guys, that you're not going to be able to shoot while you're falling down a parachute. So the soldier in the parachute will be holding on to the ropes like this, pretty much, basically like you would in real life. So you're not holding on to your gun. You won't be able to shoot as you're falling down, which is like, I mean, it's good because it's more accurate this way. Also, in addition to this, the new way of falling to the ground will also be changed. The way you're going to deploy as a paratrooper at the beginning of the round is going to change. So that's going to be a pretty big change. You're still going to hit 9, though, when you deploy your parachute. I mean, like, see right here. See, that's still a big deal. You're going to jab 9 when you're deploying your parachute. But instead of having the parachute spawn points circle the battlefield, they will now supply straight lines between 2 points. The green icons mark the beginning of the drop zone, and the red ones the end. The planes will start as soon as the briefing time ends. So that's what it's going to kind of look like. I don't know if you guys are really going to see it. So there, right there, that's the green mark. That's where the parachute will start. It will travel along this line until it gets to the red mark like it's doing now. And that's where the end of the drop will be. So that's changing how the parachutes are going to drop. And I like it. I think it's going to be much better this way. I like the new mechanics and model for the parachutes. And then, of course, we have the German TPZ Fuchs here. And that just looks pretty badass, to be honest. I mean, yeah, it just looks cool. New German APC, medium APC. It looks cool. So yeah, if you're all about that APC life, then the Fuchs is definitely going to be for you. But then we go back into the really cool stuff to me, or at least personally to me, the like most cool stuff about this new update. One, this update means we are getting close to the 1.4, which means Falklands is coming back and World War II, and I am hyped because Falklands is, I don't know, I just like saw videos on Project Reality Falklands, and those videos made me get so interested in the Falklands. I've started reading books about it and like watching documentaries, and now I'm all hyped about the Falklands because I love it now. It's probably my favorite, I mean, I'm interested in like World War II and Civil War. Those are my main subjects in military history that I'm really into. But Falklands is like now like a off hobby that I really like to learn about and read military history about. It's cool. So I'm actually more hyped for Falklands than I am for World War II. But you know, both those coming out is just gonna be awesome, and I can't wait for that to happen. But so those are coming out soon. 1.4 they are saying. Oh my God, that's just hype. I'm so hyped. So now into the new maps that have been introduced and are so amazing looking. I've already peeked around them a little bit, but the first one, I don't know how you pronounce this. I'm gonna give it my best shot. It's Olanska or Olenvosk. I don't know. It's Germany versus Russia. It's gonna be AAS or skirmish basically. So it's pretty cool. What this one kind of reminds me of is it's going to be a little bit, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a mix between like Fool's Road and like kind of like Silent Eagle a bit. I don't know. That's just what it like seemed like when it was when it's described here. But basically I'll give you a little bit of the description of the map. It is based on the older Russian industrial zone. This map features factories, train yards, and old bunker complexes surrounded by grassy fields and thick forest. The forest edges have large shrubs growing in front of them, making it hard for armor to look into and giving infantry the advantage in the woodlands. To get control of the flags, infantry will have to work together with light and heavy armor. With a variety of industrial sites that can be taken from multiple directions and big force in between, this map will offer a great variety of possible tactics for ground combat. So that sounds pretty interesting. I could go ahead and click on some of these images too so you guys can see what they look like. Here's kind of what they're talking about. Olanska or whatever. I don't know. I don't speak Russian at all. But here's the giant woodlines they're talking about with shrubs. So it does make it does give you like a big advantage if you're infantry hiding from armor and like tanks and stuff, because look at this. It's nearly impossible to see in that tree line if there's going to be guys hiding in there. So that's going to be a big advantage for the infantry. Going to make it a lot harder on the armored portion of the battlefield to actually really be really effective against infantry, because the infantry can just hide in the wood line and they won't see them, and they can hit them with AT and that kind of stuff. So it's going to be very helpful for the ground forces to be able to hide from armor and take out enemy armor this way. It's going to make it kind of like sneaky stuff. It's going to make allow for infantry to push through the woods and capture objectives without being spotted by armor, which is going to be pretty big for using tactics on that map. The woods are going to play a huge advantage. But then we also have these like big industrial like little ports or factories or whatever, which is pretty open. And so you're going to like come out of the woods like over here and just like come out here and have to take one of these factories. And it's going to be interesting, like this kind of urban warfare setting now with the Russians and the Germans and this like wood line. Like you'll have this like, it's going to be a mix between woodland warfare and urban warfare, and it's going to be cool. That's going to be a cool balance that I'm excited to see on this map. The last picture is just a little bit of like these open fields and some of the terrain with the woods again. So it's a pretty cool map. It looks cool, looks awesome. I think it's definitely gonna be an interesting map to play on tactics wise, and like see how this map plays out when it does become playable in 1.3.5. But that's gonna be cool. The next map is actually Operation Soulrebel. So I didn't know about this, but apparently if we go here, this map was like came out as a April Fool's joke. So so this was started as an April Fool's joke. After seeing the Falklands map, me thought me would try and make my home Jamaica. And so it's like, I don't know, it's gonna be like a British carrier versus Russians. I'm basically playing as Cuba, and it was gonna be a fight for Jamaica. And so he was like basically making like all these jokes about like this is what it would look like, and it would be kind of cool. It'd be like this big tropical island with like a little city here, and you'd have Russians and British fighting. It would be pretty cool. And it was just made as April Fool's joke. Well, but now it's actually in Project Reality. So this April Fool's joke is actually becoming a map. So as it says here, originally started as an April Fool's joke by the dev Rhino's fake account. This map is now fully finished and ready for release. So they took this April Fool's joke and actually put it in Project Reality. And I just think that's really cool. That pretty much in itself makes the map worth playing. I mean, just to play it. So it's going to be Great Britain versus Russia, AAS skirmish, that kind of stuff again. So it's going to be like whatever. It's going to be like that map, and it's going to be AAS and that kind of stuff. And so it's pretty cool. It is a scaled version of Jamaica, where the Russian faction will serve as a replacement of the Cuban forces. The island is filled with thick, beautiful jungle and small settlements. Players will be forced to work together as a team with close air support in order to achieve victory. This map will also feature the new MiG-21 and a few other surprises. So, I mean, this map's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cool to see what all these like little surprises they're talking about are. So you're gonna have like the Russians versus the British. It's gonna be pretty cool. Here's what it looks like. Here's what one of the beaches look like. I assume you're gonna have a lot of like, it's kind of gonna be maybe I don't know if they're gonna have both sides start out on a carrier or something and like be forced to like take helicopters or like boats over to the island. But it could be cool to see if it's like the British are holding the island and the Russian forces have to do a kind of like D-Day beach assault on like these beaches here and attack the cliffs and this kind of stuff. That would be cool to see. I don't know. All I know about this update, guys, is coming from what is on this forum post. So that's all I have information on. I don't have like any leaked secrets or anything. But here we go. You have a little lighthouse. This looks like this little city here could be like one of the small cap zones, maybe. This could be like one of the few situations where you're gonna have urban warfare on this map. So a little village here that you're probably gonna have to defend. Boats will come up here, take this, have enemies come through the rainforest here and like try and attack. I don't know. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be kind of like a, I don't know. It's a unique map. There's definitely no other Project Reality map that is like this one right here, like Soulrebel. So it's gonna be interesting to see like how this map plays and what it looks like. It's gonna be fun map to play on, even if you're like not into it because it's like oh, it's Russia versus like the UK and it's like Jamaica and it's like so unrealistic. It's like, well, I mean, it's just gonna be a fun map to play on, honestly. And then here you go, you have the new MiG-21 that's gonna be on this map, and that looks pretty cool. And so yeah, that's pretty cool. That's looking cool. That is the Soulrebel, Operation Soulrebel map. That one looks pretty cool, if I do say so myself. And then lastly, this is probably the map I'm most hyped for, because this one, it just blows my mind, honestly, guys. Like this map right here. Let me just go like, let's switch here because I need to be big for this one to show you. This map is beautiful. It's amazing. This is the map when I play Project Reality. This is the map I envision when I'm like playing Project Reality. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, this is a map I've looked forward to forever. Like, if I was a dev, I would start working on a map that looked like this, because it's realistic to modern day events. Like, as you'll see in a second, like the factions are actual factions that are in war with each other right now, and it's realistic. I mean, it looks cool. I've always had a thing for like Eastern European kind of stuff. I don't know why. Just don't even ask me. Russia, Eastern European. But it looks really cool, and it's got a lot of unique features that no other map has. But this one is the assault on Grozny. So this is a Russia versus militia AAS or skirmish or insurgency as well map. And this is gonna be cool because this is one of the most anticipated community maps and is finally making its way in the Project Reality. Based on the real city of Grozny and the Chechen Republic, this map features a unique destroyed urban environment that has not been seen before in PR. So let's just decipher that right there, that first couple sentences. So it's based on a real place in Chechnya. So this is like realistic to real events that are happening in Chechnya. You have the war between the Chechen rebels and the Russian military. The Chechens are wanting their independence from Russia. and so they're having clashes with Russians, and the Russians are like, no, you can't leave us, we're taking you back. So this kind of like insurgency, almost civil war thing going on in Chechnya. And so this is basically recreating that in a Project Reality map, and it looks really cool. So that's one of the cool reasons. It's based on historical events, being the war in Chechnya, and it's based on a real city, so that's cool too. And then this map also features a unique destroyed urban environment that has not been seen before in Project Reality. So basically what that means is, if we click on some of these photos, we'll get a sense of what it looks like. So you have like, it's this kind of like dark and cloudy map, which looks really cool. It like kind of sets the tone for like civil war, like Russia versus rebels and that kind of stuff. But as you can see, you have a lot of urban environment here that you're going to be fighting through. So this is going to be a huge urban warfare map, guys. A lot of these buildings are going to be like occupiable, so you're going to be able to do a lot of urban house-to-house fighting in the city, which is perfect for like insurgency. The Chechen rebels are going to be able to like hold a city block and ambush a Russian convoy or whatever as they come down the road. And it's going to be really intense. That's going to make for some really intense gameplay when that comes out. But as you can see, a lot of the city is actually destroyed as well. So like as you can see here, you'll see a lot of the buildings here are destroyed. So it's going to look like the city's been experiencing warfare for several years, and it's been bombarded, it's been destroyed, there's been multiple battles here before. It's going to look cool. So you're going to have like all this rubble everywhere, this destroyed buildings, and some few standing buildings left. It's just going to be a really cool atmosphere once this map comes out and you play on it. It's going to be really cool. The atmosphere is going to set up. It's going to be intense because it's like urban warfare and that kind of stuff. It's just something we haven't seen before in Project Reality, because there's not many maps that look like this. I mean, maybe the closest one I'd say that looks like this is probably Dragonfly, because that's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of got the same feel to it, but not really. This one's like unique and new and like awesome. It looks awesome. So I'm hyped for that. That looks really cool. It features a Russian force without scope, so if you hate the Russian scopes like me, probably pretty much everyone else in Project Reality, you're going to be happy about that, because it's going to be like no scopes. The militia won't have scopes unless they're like snipers, and the Russians won't have scopes either. So it's going to be pretty cool. And plus, you won't really need scopes anyways, because it's urban warfare. Honestly, you're just going to be shooting at enemies who are inside the same building as you, or across the street in another building, so scopes wouldn't like do much anyways. And so it's going to be between the Russians and the militia, who will fight inside the city for control, with the farmlands and trenches surrounding them, providing opportunities for flanking maneuvers. A guaranteed unique experience for every player that visits the streets of Grozny. So, basically with that said, those are the 3 new maps. You got Olanska, or whatever, Operation Soulrebel, and Assault on Grozny. So, honestly, I think all 3 of those maps are really cool. I'm excited to play all 3 of them when they come out. I'm excited to play the new Kashan when that comes out. I don't know. This update just like, it's looking awesome, guys. It's just like, it makes me want to get up, and it just like, it just makes me hyped. I just want to play it so bad right now. I don't know when this is coming out. They said they'd give out a little more information when it comes out, when they have a little more information when it's closer to the release date. But right now, this is what we know about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the update. For more information, feel free to join us on our IRC channel, or visit our public forums to discuss this and other news. Also, be sure to connect to Project Reality through social media. Blah, 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 blah. Project Reality team. So, it's looking really cool. I'm excited for 1.35. I think this update is going to be really awesome. If you're in the hardcore urban warfare, there's 2 maps for that already. There's definitely 2 maps for that. I mean, you have the kind of, you know, Olanska or whatever it is with the factories. That's going to be somewhat urban warfare. And then you're going to have the Assault on Grozny, which is definitely going to be urban warfare. That's going to be really cool. That's definitely my favorite map, Assault on Grozny. That's coming out soon. That's just, everything about it is awesome, and I can't wait to play it. And then if you're into like the jungle kind of warfare, then you've got the Operation Soulrebel, which is going to be pretty much, for the most part, island tropical warfare in like the rainforest and whatever. And that's pretty cool. And there's going to be some beach assaults like that. And it looks like a beautiful map, honestly. I mean, it's modeled after Jamaica, so That looks beautiful, man. Just amazing. But I've been going on for a while, for about 30 minutes, so that's gonna really probably conclude my tirade about the 1.3.5 update. Let me know, guys, in the comments below what you think about this new update. Do you think this is gonna be a really cool update? Which of the new maps are you most excited for? What new addition is the most interesting to you, or like that? So just let me know in the comments what you think about the new maps, what you think is the coolest new addition to the Project Reality in this update. Are you as hyped for Falklands as I am? Yeah, let's go Falklands. Seriously, like when Falklands comes out, oh my god, I'm probably gonna have a hernia. Whatever, but yeah, that's gonna happen. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't really just like bore you just going on a rant about like these new maps. I'll probably do some more of these tirade videos just basically whenever I feel like. I'm not sticking to a schedule when I upload these. Whenever I want to go on a tirade about some subject that I want to talk about, I'll do it. So, yeah. If you like these tirade videos, please hit the like button down below and tell me in the comments so I know to keep doing them. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're pumped for Project Reality version 1.3.5, just like I am. It's gonna be cool, it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.
When you're alone, life can be a little rough. It makes you feel like you're 3 foot tall. When it's just you, well, times can be tough. When there's no one